Hey guys, what's up? This week we have quarantine thoughts number 4 coming at you, and as you can see on the whiteboard, there's nothing there. I've shared all my thoughts that I have so far in this process, and since I've run out, I thought, who can I invite in to share some of their stories? I know, how about students? So we have 3 seniors in high school that have shared what God has taught them during this time, some of the things they've been thinking and how they've applied it to their lives, and you're actually going to get to watch their videos in just a second and hear from them. Some of you who attended Spring Advance Online, you'll recognize these videos. I would challenge you, watch them again. There's value to be had. There are things you can learn by watching them through a second time. And if you haven't seen them, then by all means, please watch them, because in hearing their stories, I think you'll learn a lot about yourself and about God and some quarantine thoughts that you can learn in the process. So check this out. This is Kylie and Emily and Naya.
Being a senior during this time definitely hasn't been what I envisioned. Definitely not that 2020 vision everyone was talking about. But it's also been a time where God has showed me so much. I can't ignore the disappointment of so many things being taken away from me, but I'm learning that trusting doesn't mean understanding, and I know that God would never let what I lost be the best I ever had. It's been hard, but growth isn't always easy, and God has used this time to show me the places I haven't trusted in yet. I've learned that the people who really love me want to be a part of my life and make an effort to be a part of me. Even though I can't see my friends every day, my real ones always find a way to be with me. In a season of seemingly endless cancellations, God has reminded me that friendship isn't canceled, community isn't canceled, and His love isn't canceled. The only thing that was canceled was death when the Savior of the world gave His life for me and for you. I'm resting in the fact that He's always the same even when life changes. God has taught me to believe the words I sing, and that He sees no difference in me worshiping on a stage or worshiping alone in my bedroom with just my guitar. He's always good.
I think one big thing that a lot of high school seniors tend to focus on as they're entering their last year of high school is the future. You know, one question that I remember asking myself many times is, what's next? You know, what's in store for me next year? I mean, the past 12 years of my life, in the grand scheme of things, have been pretty similar. And this next year isn't really going to look like that. So anyone who knows me knows that I am a type A person and I love being in control. So having that uncertainty lingering in my future over the course of this past year was definitely hard. And something that I've had to learn, and especially over the course of these past 2 and 3 months, is that I am not in control of the future. No one can control the future. If you had asked me in August of 2019 if this is what I thought that my senior year would end up looking like, you know, with no graduation, no prom, no senior soccer season, I don't even know what I would have said, because this goes against almost any plan that I would have created for myself. And so I think the beautiful thing that God's been teaching me over the course of the past year, and maybe that He's even teaching you in quarantine right now, is that His plan is greater than our plan. You know, His ways are higher than our ways. And even when we don't see Him right now, He's working. So worrying about the future, about something that's so out of our hands, that's uncontrollable, that's fighting a losing battle. I'm not in control of my own future, and you guys aren't in control of yours either. But there are 2 things that you are in control of, and those are your thoughts and your actions. So I encourage you guys, use your thoughts and your actions to glorify God and that plan that He has for you. Take those things that you have control over and just glorify the Lord with them. And those things that you don't have control over, like your future, and anything that you're anxious about, that's a burden that we as people aren't supposed to carry on our own, as Pastor Branson said a few weeks ago. So hand that over to God. Because His ways are higher than our ways and His plan is greater than our plan. The future is scary, but beautiful things come out of it, I promise. So that's all I have for you guys. Thanks.
Hey guys, it's Naya, and today I'd like to talk about our time. So during quarantine, we all have a lot of extra time on our hands. Some of us still have finals and we have a lot going on and a lot of obligations. So if that's you, like, no problemo, do your thing. Once you have free time later, kind of like fall back on this. But what are we doing with our time? We have so much time on our hands right now. What are we doing with it? What does the Lord want us to be doing with it? You know, like sometimes I'll be just chilling and I'm on my phone on Snapchat or Instagram or watching a show and I just get sucked in for hours when there's so many things I could be doing. Through this experience, the Lord has shown me that I don't really utilize my time that well. I say I don't have time for a devotional, or I say I don't have time for this or that, or I'm too busy, but am I really? And it's not just phones that get in the way. We have so many different distractions, and I acknowledge that. But how are we going to use our time now and in the future? With all this extra time, what can we be learning? The Lord has taught me some really cool stuff and has offered me the opportunity to self-reflect and learn a lot about myself. He's given me the chance to prove to myself that I have self-discipline and self-control. And for me, getting ready to go into college as a senior, wow, just changing my mentality about a lot of stuff, the opportunity to think and to get into the Word and do devotionals and work on my health, work on my relationships, work on projects. What are you doing with your time? This is not to call anybody out and say, hey, you're wasting your time. You're most likely not. But what else can we be doing with the time the Lord has given us? How can we be productive and glorify God through everything that He's given us with coronavirus?
Guys, I hope you were encouraged by those videos as much as I have been. Kylie did a great job reminding us that even though many things have been canceled, God's love is not canceled, friendship is not canceled, and community is not canceled. Thank you for that reminder. And then on top of that, we had Emily, who told us that we can't control our future, and that can be scary. We're not in control of it, but we can control our thoughts and our actions. And then finally, Naya gave a great challenge to encourage us. How are we using our time? Are we using it to glorify God or glorify ourselves? So my hope is that you've learned something from these guys. Thank you, seniors, for sharing your thoughts. We'll catch you next week.